Hey everybody, welcome to 307 country. Yeah, I got lighting issues. So we're back on the old 2004 Ford F150 5.4 Triton, 4-wheel drive. And I decided to tackle the hub issue. It's only the passenger side. And I did a little research and found out that the vacuum system obviously operates the hubs on these. But it's not like on the Chevy where if there's no vacuum, the hubs are disengaged, and when there is vacuum, it engages the hubs. Ford is opposite of that. So vacuum supplied to the hub disengages the hub. So when there's no vacuum, the hubs are engaged. Now, when I first heard about that, I was like, oh, that sounds kind of dumb. But actually, it's probably a benefit if you're in a situation where you're out 4-buying and rip a vacuum line loose or something, your hubs will engage. So with no vacuum, the hubs are engaged. So when the truck is off, obviously, the hubs should be engaged. And then obviously when you start it up, and if it's in 2-wheel drive, the hub should disengage. So we're gonna go ahead and tear into it. Let me show you where we're starting. All right, got the caliper off. That's a 18 millimeter. Yeah, these two bolts that go in the back of the caliper, 18 millimeter. Got the caliper hung up with some wire. Next, we'll take this nut out here. I think what I've got to get to is these 4 bolts, which are on the back side of this. And that's why my mechanic was saying you have to pull the hub off. But there's also these, which look like that's where that's going into. So yeah, we might have to pull the CV axle out of this, which means we got to pull the ball joints off. So let's proceed, and I'll come back in a minute. Alright, so I tried it with the old impact, and it wasn't enough, so I had to use breaker bar, 1/2-inch breaker bar. That got it out. So I'm not sure what we're going to find here, but I guess we'll find out in a minute. Wheel bearings, I'm sure. I guess we'll see what the deal is on the hub. There we go. There's your wheel bearing, seals, all kinds of stuff. And appears to be a hub and a lot of aluminum shavings in the grease. Yeah, I would say she's smoked. Yeah, there's a lot of parts there. Alright, let me see what's next. Be back in a minute. Alright, so I think next thing I need to take the CV axle out. So got bolts here. There's what, 1, 2, 3, 6 of them. I'm sure they're 13 millimeter or 1/2 inch. So I'll get those out, and then back here behind the hub. So right here, there's little screws, and I believe that's the hub. There's your vacuum lines for it. So, but I gotta get that CV axle out to get the hub off. So we'll get the CV axle undone and then see if we can get the hub out. Alright, well, I got the upper and lower ball joints off. I actually smacked that with a hammer, so I'm gonna have to take a file and chase them threads out a little bit, get the nut to go back on. But I think I found our issue. CV axle out, so it's not missing any teeth. It might be all right. That might be all right, but the gear on here, there's no teeth left on it, so probably would have to buy that part at Nampa. I don't know if it's the whole thing or not. I'd have to clean it up and see. And then looks like here, so that's the ring that engages. It's got some teeth worn off. Not real sure on that. There's 3 or 4 bolts on that. Looks like 3 on the hub assembly itself. So I'll pull that out. And it's after hours for the parts store, but luckily I've got a parts truck sitting down here that shall be put in a ditch. So we'll go proceed to take that one off of that truck, and we'll replace everything, probably, maybe even the CV axle. I don't know. We'll see how it looks. But anyway, I'll go get that done and come back when I get those parts and get back in here. Okay, so this is the hub. I don't know if you can see, but like those teeth are just ate off of the inside of that. Backside's not too bad. The CV axle, the gears on it are okay, but that hub bearing, the wheel bearing was, the gears were completely almost flat on it. So we got a new hub off of the other truck right there, and then got the new wheel bearing set here. Get some light on it. We'll clean it up a little bit, but the gears are pretty good on it, so we'll get everything put back together and get her running. So got a little cleanup to do, and then we'll start assembling that. Maybe I'll do time lapse on that or something. get both sides? Or just...
I don't know. She just told me to bring the whole headlight in.
Actually, you know what? Is that broke at all? Because that one's a lot clearer than this one.
That's why I brought it in. The other one is nasty, but this one, it must have been replaced not too long ago. So now your brights don't work, right?
Yeah, my brights don't work. Send me my phone. Send me my phone.
All right, well, as you can see behind me, the truck's out of here. So, got her all wrapped up, and right at the end there, Shelby and Paula came in and were changing headlights out, which at least that's what we thought we needed. She didn't have bright headlights. And so it dawned on me that it might be a fuse. Well, it's actually a relay, and the relay was actually completely gone. So went and got the relay out of the other truck and put it in this one. She's got bright lights now. Kind of wrapped up the tailgate a little bit. There was some things missing on that. And yeah, so we got her wrapped up. So I'm glad. That's, let's see, 4, 5, 6.5 days I've spent working on that truck. Like solid 6.5 days. So yeah, awesome. Glad it's wrapped up and out of here, and I'm sure Shelby's happy to have her truck back. So, well, I want to thank everybody for subscribing to the channel and supporting me. Hopefully I can get some content up here and start making some more videos. I got quite a bit of stuff recorded. So next up, now that I got that truck done, I think we'll build a wedge banger. So I got a J&J wedge banger handle from Tasman, and I got a 3.5 pound head I'm going to put on it. So that'll be the next video. All right, everybody, have a good weekend. Love y'all, and stay safe and make somebody smile today. All right, see you later. 307 out.